Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to Ballchat Podcast. I'm your host, one of your hosts, part of the Ballchat family. Happy Football Sunday, football family. Come on, Junior, Wagwan family. How you guys doing?
I'm good, I'm good.
Why, Chelsea look like a bug side. Come on, you guys drew with Leeds. How do you feeling? How are you good? I mean, come on. Can the real come on step forward?
Listen, we didn't lose, okay? So, we didn't lose. So it's 10 games so far unbeaten for the Germans. So we're okay.
Why no full
No
of
panic,
stats, see?
no panicking right now.
Full of stats as Chelsea gets ready for Atletico Madrid in the middle of the week. We'll see. We'll discuss that in our Junior, my family, Wagwan General.
I feel like I lose an hour, so apply where needed. I'm an hour short.
Yes, Babylon and them time change inside the state. Football family, as you know it, Ball Chat Podcast about reviewing some of the week's major news in the world of football. We have Yard Ballers highlighting Jamaican footballs coming up at the end of the show. We're going to discuss the London Derby as Jose Mourinho said that, quote, some big players are hiding. Call name Jose Mourinho. Who you talking? We'll also discuss the Reggae Boys as we try to figure out if wages are agreed as Jamaican football players get ready for World Cup qualifiers and friendly games coming on the pipe. We'll have Ballers and Bugs segment where we'll highlight the impressive players of the week and the unimpressive players of the week. But we have a special guest joining us. We like to spotlight players, and we have a young player, a general, a young upcoming player in the business, drafted by Minnesota United, former Wake Forest standout. The man who scored 4 goals against U.S. Virgin Islands. Why you didn't score 6? Mr. Justin McMaster, how you doing, Brethren? How you doing?
Good, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
All right, family. Congrats, first and foremost, football family. If you're watching us on Flow Sports YouTube page, Ball Chat Facebook page, or Ball Chat YouTube page, you can join discussion. If you're on Twitter, you can send on questions or comments. Justin, first and foremost, let's get to the matter. We want to congratulate you on being selected by the Minnesota United of the MLS. How are you feeling about that selection?
Thank you. I feel very excited. I've been working hard for a long time, and I'm just happy that I'm making my family proud. And I can't wait. I can't wait to start with Minnesota. So I'm looking forward to it.
And looking forward. So you're currently now at training camp with Minnesota United. I mean, how is training camp? Preseason started here in Atlanta with Atlanta United playing a game yesterday. When is Minnesota's first game?
Well, we traveled to Florida on the 23rd. So I think we play our first game probably like 4 days after that. So like the 27th, I'm pretty sure we play our first game. So
okay. Right
now we're just preparing for that out here, and then once we go down there, we'll get to work.
All right. Is there any players that you emulate? You look like a big, physical and muscular player. I saw some of your games or highlight reel from your days at Wake Forest. Is there any player that you emulate? You kind of look like a bully sort of brother who eat a whole heap of yam and dumpling. Is there any players?
Don't say Lukaku, Don't say Lukaku, please.
Yeah, Lukaku. No, not at all. As a winger, I would say probably Raheem Sterling. Yeah, I would say mostly just like going at players 1v1 and making attacking runs. So I would say, yeah, that's the player I try to.
Well, and the junior never asked a good player. So I'm called Raheem.
He's not a good player.
But I thought you were a forward. Wait there. What are you? Multifaceted?
I play wing.
Mostly wing?
Yeah, mostly on the wing, yeah.
Tell Wikipedia to fix up that thing.
Yeah, Wikipedia wrong. Yeah, Wikipedia wrong.
So, because with your body type, Justin, I could see you going down the middle. I mean, you don't like the heat of the center box.
I used to play forward when I was playing in academy up here in Philly. But once I got to Wake Forest, the forward at the time at Wake Forest was the best forward in college, and he won the Mac Herman that year. So there was no way the coach would put me on the field at the same time as him. So the coach put me on the wing, and ever since then he just liked how I played at the wing, and I just been playing there. But if the manager said play up top, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Yeah, so you're pretty much just adapting to the landscape of the team that you're playing in. learning how to play in different positions. Yo, football family, let's have a conversation with Justin. Come on, Junior, come on. I mean, you don't know we're not friend for star. What we have to say?
Upcoming star, you know what I mean? We have to see him first.
Yeah.
So hold on. So you were born in Atlanta, right? So let me see if Wikipedia get something right.
Yes.
So and you spend most of your time, up in Philly. So can we say that you will be okay or fit right in with Minnesota weather, because the weather can be brutal down there. So how you going to adjust? I mean, does that play into your mind? We're not going to put Minnesota out there because you were drafted number 17. Yeah. So when Minnesota draft you, now you back of your mind, you're like, Jesus, we couldn't get somewhere warm.
You know what's funny about that? The day before that, I was talking to my friend who he signed with Atlanta, and I was talking to him and I was saying, yo, if I ever get drafted to somewhere cold like Minnesota, I don't know what I go doing. And next day the same exact. So I just I jinxed myself. So the next day the same.
You were talking on your phone. Listen, it's not one thing they think easy.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. But I mean the cold thing. When I moved to Philly when I was 15, it was tough at first, but I mean after a while you just have to adapt. That's the only choice you have if you want to perform. You can't really sit down and complain about the weather or whatever, So it's just something you have to. So I mean,
but Philly weather is nothing compared to. I have some friends in Minnesota, and when them tell you it's short weather, you're like, you must be Eskimos because it's ridiculous.
Nah, Minnesota is a whole different type of cold.
Reggie, just put on some long johns and you're good, man.
Yeah, and then you start burning up. You can't remember, because after you start running up and whatever, you get warm. Then where you go do? Half time you go switch. So tell me something now. So how has it been like? The mindset, the adjustment, because college ball is completely different from MLS. And do you see yourself playing in Europe? Is MLS your focus? Is MLS like a jumping board for you? Like you want to start yourself, or you want to play in the highest leagues, in Europe? What is it that you Justin want? I mean, I know you're young, starting out in the MLS career. But in the back, but you're not really, really young because you know football age is. So in your mind, what is you have to focus on MLS, but do you want to play overseas in the highest leagues? And if so, what leagues do you see yourself playing?
Yeah, I mean, me as an individual, I always set the bar high for myself, and I always set like high goals to go towards. And ever since I was young, and I just fell in love with football, I always saw myself playing in the top leagues in Europe. So that's my goal. I have it in the back of my head that's what I'm working towards. But I know that I can't think about it too much. I just have to focus on where I'm at and just try to dominate wherever I am. So that's what I'm trying to do. When I come here to Minnesota, that's what I'm trying to do, to just dominate and make my name. And then if it all works out, then hopefully play in Europe, Premier League, Bundesliga, La Liga, maybe the Belgium League. All of that.
Well, Justin, careful.
You're not call Italy because Italy rough.
Yeah, all of the top leagues in Europe.
Justin, careful, because remember, you were just talking to your friend who was drafted in Atlanta, and you said, "What if I go Minnesota? You go Minnesota." So listen, me. You see what is behind me, right?
Yeah.
Don't ever say you want to get drafted by Manchester City or I want to get bullied by Manchester City. Manchester United, your thing, all right?
Hey, just in the pen of mine, a reverse psychology match. If anything, I Chelsea.
So Justin, regarding you looking forward to the MLS season, how far? I mean, I know you're working back from an injury and stuff like that. How is that process going? How is the muscle and the injury? How is that healed?
Well, I tore my ACL not last December, but the December before that, and I did surgery and rehab and whatever. And the ACL is fine. I don't have any problems with the ACL. It's just I'm still doing strengthening for all of my muscles, because when you come back from an injury like that, you really have to pay attention to your muscles because you haven't used them in a long time and at the same intensity you had before. So right now I'm just focusing on building back my muscles to be stronger than it even was before I got injured. So
yeah. I noticed you said that you're looking forward to play with Reynoso, who's a player with Minnesota ball. I mean, Minnesota should be a nice fit for you with the landscape of things. I know you have veteran players like Ike Opara if he does return. So you should have a nice mix of mentorship and a nice mix of players to really kind of move you on in your next level of your growth.
Yeah, for sure. I like how the team set up right now. Is they have players with playing styles that I like, and it's a very crafty team that like to play forward. They don't just keep possession; they play with intention. They keep the ball, but they try to go forward a lot. So yeah. I feel like I would fit in good with that.
You know, sir, I personally ride with Atlanta United, in the A, but you don't know a Yardman as, and we're going to support you full 100. Right, come on? Because Atlanta United is the big side in the MLS.
You know what? No.
You have to make us switch, man.
Yeah, man. Then we'll switch. We switch.
I want the boat team.
Yeah, because the team is kind of buggish at the moment. So, but we fully, of course, we're going to support you. I mean, we definitely admire the work you're doing. We fully support it because you're family. In terms of the goals for this year for you in the MLS, what are some of the short-term goals you have right now? Is just pretty much just making the team and getting things up and running and contribute?
Yeah. First, just making or just earning the respect in the team and just kind of making my name and signing, of course, because I haven't signed it. So it's basically like I'm on a trial. They just drafted me, but I just have to prove myself and solidify my spot in the team. So that's my goal right now.
Yeah.
I know that you're focused on your career and furthering yourself, Justin. But for all the younger youths them out there that are going to watch this, because we have quite a few young footballers that check in on the show, and that's why we love to have players like yourself that come on. Tell them about the process of going to school. And what was that process like for you, the experience being a student athlete, going through that process, achieving your goals so far? Talk about that experience.
Well, me personally, school, I've always had school like as a thing that my parents used to push me a lot, and I never liked school. Up to this day, I still don't like school. But for the younger kids, I would say don't put all your eggs in one basket. I would say if you're playing ball, take school serious. Take school serious and always have a plan B just in case you get injured or anything. But if you see that you're going on the right track with football, I would say like just lock in on football and just really focus on your craft. So if it's like, because at times it can be hard to balance, if you have exams or whatever, and you have to stay up late at night, it might interfere with your sleeping or whatever. But just try your best to find a balance between it, and you can't waste any time at all, because time is always ticking and there's always somebody else that's trying to take your spot and somebody out there trying to work harder than you and take your spot. So
yeah, competitive environment. Justin, you're one of the few that make it. I mean, a lot of kids play at the youth level, but you're part of that select group that have made it true. So we want to find out if you really know ballers. Cristiano or Messi, which one? Which one is your favorite? If you really know ballers.
I think Messi is the best player to ever play football.
Well, let's not go with the best player to ever play.
You're ready, Justin. We're going to keep the seat warm, and we want you to come back every week just to the answer there. You're part of Ballchat family from now on. You hear when we say Junior?
Messi is not a human.
Thank you very much.
The things that Messi do, Ronaldo is don't get me wrong, Ronaldo is a crazy footballer, wicked, but Messi does some things that you can't, you wonder if it's a human being.
Junior, are you listening? Because Junior is a Cristiano Ronaldo fanboy.
Hold on, let me check something real quick.
but if we ever come with Argentina,
No. Hold on. People, everybody that's watching right now, we lost an hour last night. All right, so everybody on the show is with an hour less sleep. Right now in Minnesota, it's 46 degrees. It feels like 39. One of the sides cold and last like an hour sleep is hallucination. And just much respect, but you said the man isn't human, and we all know Messi is human. So why just stick to football, yeah, man? But leave it to us. Man, I wish you're talking, man.
Justin, what was Justin?
Is the best. So, if you know football,
go on,
Justin. Yeah.
If you know football, you know that Messi is the best player ever.
Talk to him.
Look here, Junior no, but him just I saw him stay. Him like to be on the fringe. Him have better edge. Yeah. But I'm asking now, how was your experience when you played with Jamaica? I mean, was there any time that you thought that you would have represented the US over Jamaica? What was there? Why did you choose to represent Jamaica?
Well, at the time, I was never thinking of representing the US. No, Jamaica have a special place in my heart. That's home for me, you know. Like, I don't know. Like, when I first got called up to Jamaica, I was through the roof. I never been so excited. And just walking out with the colors on, you just feel like you feel very proud of yourself, you know. And it's a big honor, and it will always be a big honor. So that time when I was playing with Jamaica, I just felt like I was at the top of the world at the time. Just in Jamaica, you just feel good, and just the group that we had with the team was a really special group. You know, we had a lot of talent on that team, and the vibe in the camp was always good. You know, so I'll always cherish those moments playing for Jamaica.
Wasn't it like a culture shock to you? Like, you're used to you play for Philly Academy, right? So you're used to luxury, basically, because you know the Americans, it comes to...
No, when I was playing for Jamaica, remember, I lived in Jamaica until I was 15, you know.
Oh, so you never used to the good things up here.
Yes, so I was in Jamaica playing. I was at Wilmer's first, and then I left Wilmer's after the first year because I was giving trouble. My mother never wanted me to stay at Wilmer's. So I went to Hillel. So I was at Hillel, and Hillel side bug, so never really going over there. And then,
so when you play U17, you were living in Jamaica?
Yeah, U17, I was living in Jamaica, and then I got cut before qualifiers, and then I went right to I went to Philly right after I got cut, the week after. And then
hold on there. Jamaica cut you, and then you get to go Philly Academy.
Yeah, let me tell you. Let me tell you the story.
Give me the story.
Yeah, let me tell you it first. So I got cut a week before I had trials to go to Philly, and then I went to Philly now, and then that season I had with Philly, the first season I had there, I was like top 3 goal scorers in America at the time in that age group. And then I got called into the U.S. national team camp. And then, so I was playing with the U.S. national team for like until about U20.
Mm.
But yeah, that's how it went for me.
Hold on. So Jamaica cut you, and you are playing with U.S. Who around Jamaica football?
Who played for? Who was the scorer? The top forward in a 2015 Jamaica U17 for cut, Justin.
Yeah.
Hold on. We're going to start research. What is that?
Hold on. Justin, this is where, like, come on, say you are part of the... But I'm trying to find my belt because we'll beat people on this show and we'll beat them. If you don't say another word, Justin, we will take it from there. Don't say another word. The views that we're here later on our Ballchat is not the views of Justin McMaster. It's from us, all right? So don't say another word.
That is foolishness. It's absolutely foolishness. Oh, my word.
I have to go look and see who was the forward for the Jamaica U17.
But
it does because what if the forward is better than Justin? We can't beat them. But if it's not, if it's somebody who was Ray, then we definitely. But you know what, Justin? Those things build character, right?
Big up Decolard right now watching our Flow Sports. Man say big up the baller. And him say, when I go on like on the door know it's a friend thing. Justin don't say nothing. We will the Ballchat family got you. Brandon Lee saying Nelson and Marshall.
Yeah, but Marshall was a winger. At the time I was playing now, I was playing striker.
Yep.
Nicholas probably taller than you and stronger than you and rougher than you.
Come on, easy.
Listen. Nicholas is my guy too. So let us just say, but Justin, so let me ask you. So at that young age when you were cut, and I know disappointments come all over, and you go and face it because sometimes some disappointments come your way and it make you stronger. Just tell us how you felt at the time when you were in the U15 setup and you were one of the better players, right, in the U17 cycle, and to be cut from the U17 cycle. How did you feel at the time? And did that kind of help you or motivate you to give 100% when you went to Philly?
Yeah, it felt like a heartbreak at the time because I was with the team from U15, and then it's like U17. We're preparing from U15. We're preparing for the U17 World Cup. So it's right before the qualifiers they cut me. So it feel like a heartbreak. I remember that day. Up to now, I remember every detail about that day. And ever since that day, I use it as a drive. I use it as motivation for me. So, that's why after that, that's why when I went up to Philly, I think that's why I did so well because I had that pain and I used it, towards like the efforts I put in at Philly, and I just use it as a drive to move forward. So.
Yeah.
We're talking with
I understand.
Yeah, go ahead, come on.
I understand. So when you're talking to young people, right, Justin, when you're talking to a group of young people, please do not forget that story. We need to tell them because some players, once they get like cut and the disappointment comes, it kind of take the win from out of them still. So sometimes, like if you go on your when Minnesota send you out to talk to people, this is a really good story for you to tell an upcoming footballer. So sometimes when one door closed, another one open. And look how Jamaica are call you now, man. Look at them are going to really, really call you.
JFF pre with more time still, but
Justin, you have bigger fish to fry. We're talking to Justin McMaster, Minnesota selected first round draft pick of Minnesota United and MLS. Justin, family, I want to thank you for joining us. If you have any more questions for Justin, send them on. Reginald, wish you all the success. We don't know. I'm ready to buy my Minnesota jersey because you don't know I'm a boaty, so you don't know I wish you all the success, family. Knowing that you're gonna do exceptionally well, no matter the weather.
Real.
Yeah, only way I'm going to buy my McMaster jersey, and I'm going to be the only local person in DC wearing it when you come to play against DC United.
All right, I'll look up.
So look for me in the stand. You're gonna call you. I call you Jay. Everybody can say Justin. So when you hear me speak, one day they scream out Jay from Minnesota is you.
So,
right.
So all you know is that it might not have another woman in the stands I call Jay too.
My apologies, Justin. We're gonna work it out when you're coming to DC. We'll figure it out.
All right then.
Yeah, but Justin, we're proud of your work, family, and again, I want to wish you all the success. We're looking forward to the preseason games coming up. We're looking forward to you converting the goals. And as Uncle Mackie said, Regin, what I'm telling you, score the what?
Goals, yeah.
Score the goals, right?
All right, then. Thanks for
Justin, good luck. Good luck, and I wish you nothing but success, and we will follow your career. You'll never find a set of loyal, people like the Jamaicans. Once we hear we have a Jamaican somewhere, you belong to all of us. So don't be embarrassed when you see me come with a big Jamaican flag when you're playing. It's just a part of it. You have to suck it up. Your mommy will tell you. You have to suck it up.
I know.
Bless up, family.
See you later.
All right, take care, Justin.
All right, that was Justin McMaster, Minnesota draftee, as he gets ready for Minnesota United and the MLS. All right, let's get to Ballers and Bugs, highlighting some of the impressive players of the week and unimpressive players of the week. Come on, who do you have as a ball of the week watching football?
Old man Cristiano Ronaldo with a hat trick. He is my baller of the week.
And then they're out of the Champions League.
What? The man scored. How old is Ronaldo?
It could be 90. They're still out of the Champions League.
And him score a hat trick. You know, him can only play one front time. So he's my baller of the week. Well, look at it. Messi out of the so what I say?
Don't throw no dirt on the ball, all right?
So Ronaldo is my baller of the week.
All right, well, Cristiano Ronaldo for scoring a hat trick. Junior, who do you have as your baller of the week, family?
Two ballers of the week, First, in a losing effort just a while ago, Declan Rice. I never know said this Rice couldn't swell like that, but Declan Rice is a baller. I'm not going to lie to you. Declan Rice is a true defensive midfielder, and that brother is a baller. They just lost to Manchester United 1-0, not because of Declan Rice. So we definitely have to highlight Declan Rice. But also have to give Mr. Kepler, Lavaran, De Lima, Ferreira, a.k.a. Pepe. What a old man can play a ball, man. The man, hey, what they did to Juventus, I can say I don't want to say I'm not shocked, but I don't think they're beating Juventus without Pepe. And Pepe is the heart and soul for that Portuguese side. And, the man could be 500 years old. The man knows how to play defense. And he's a leader. He's a true leader. So definitely have to give it to Pepe as well.
Pepe and Declan Rice getting Junior's ball of the week. My ball of the week is the one and only Karim Benzema. Karim Benzema, Big Benz himself, as he's the only thing that is good at Real Madrid. You know what, Eden Hazard, give him some of your money because I don't know what's going on with you. But Karim Benzema scored 2 goals as Real Madrid defeated Elche, relegation trend Elche. I know it doesn't make a bunch of sense because it's relegation trend Elche. But if Karim Benzema doesn't score, Real Madrid probably will be looking at relegation now. Benzema scored 19 goals so far with 5 assists. And he's the 5th ranked all-time goal scorer for Real Madrid. So when he went to Real Madrid, some questioned his role in that team. So big up Big Benz and Karim Benzema getting the ball of the week, as he's the only thing, repeat with me, come on, the only thing that is good at Real Madrid. Let's step away from...
You're mixed up, because that don't make no sense.
He's the only thing, the only person that is good or consistent at Real Madrid. Everyone else, it's waste time. Let's get to the bugs of the week or the unimpressive players of the week. Come on, who do you have as your bug of the week?
Tottenham. When Abba was not in the starting lineup, they're like, okay, and Bale was in the starting lineup. I thought that Tottenham would have come out all guns blazing. Man, them come out of fire blank. I forgot Harry Kane was on the pitch. I forgot Gareth Bale was on the pitch for large portions of the game. And when Son got that injury, I knew something was going to, be wrong. Arsenal should have been up 5-0, to be honest. Then that nice goal by Lamela was like, okay, fine. But Arsenal still had the majority of the football. So there was no secret that Arsenal would eventually win, even though they get a teeth in penalty. But it's the next conversation. But Tottenham just look terrible.
And we'll get to the so-called teeth in penalty, the court come on. Junior, what do you have as your bug of the week about teeth in penalty?
The great motivator himself. The guy that came out a couple weeks ago and said, the best team lost. The same man that said before the game, I look up, I don't look down. If Arsenal were 7 points ahead of us, I would look to them. But because we have 7 points more than them, I don't look down. What a man, fool, man. Jose Mourinho my biggest bug of the year right now, because every time he opens his mouth in a way that seems to be propping up his team fails. So something is wrong in that dynamic. something I write to Jose. I don't know what wrong with this crazy man. But if I was a betting man, I would have bet the house on Arsenal winning that game because that is like the easiest locker room material. So the greatest motivator himself, Jose Mourinho, my bug of the week.
Jose Mourinho getting Junior's bug of the week. My bug of the week is Juventus. That entire team at Juventus, Cristiano Ronaldo, Cuadrado, who else? Aaron Ramsey, and the president of Juventus football, Agnelli. I mean, it's entire garbage. Let's list what Juventus have done in the Champions League since they transferred Cristiano Ronaldo. They got eliminated in 2019 by Ajax at the quarterfinal round. They got eliminated in 2020 by Lyon in the round of 16. And in 2021, they got eliminated by Porto in the round of 16. This is not buy Cristiano Ronaldo for? Not buy. This is why in the transfer Cristiano Ronaldo. Juventus is a bug team and they're struggling to win the Serie A. So they are the bug of the week. How do you lose to Porto? A 90-year-old Pepe. So those are the bugs of the week. Let's get ballers and bugs of the week.
Because Ronaldo is 90 as well. I mean, like it's too old man from the piece of where I say.
Yeah, but
listen, Pepe has always been a good defender. Always. I mean, I never liked him because he was always roughing up Messi. He was always fighting. The look on Pepe, you know, them bad pick me. Pepe have that look. Like them bad people will always get licking them head back from them grandmother. That's Pepe. So Pepe is a good defender. What are you saying? You have 90-year-old Pepe and 90-year-old Ronaldo. It balance out. And listen, Juventus lost and an error from Western McKinney. Let's just relax.
Let's go back. Let me repeat again. Cristiano Ronaldo was transferred by Agnelli, President Agnelli, to win the Big Ears Trophy, the Champions League. 2019, eliminated in the quarterfinal by Ajax. 2020, eliminated in the round of 16 by Lyon. And 2021, in the round of 16 by Porto. Bug side, come on.
It's Ronaldo bashing thing a little bit.
It's not just about Ronaldo. It's about this idiot. What is Aaron Ramsey's purpose on this team?
To bring down the average age.
Hey, all right, there you have it.
Big up Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee said Iheanacho is his ball of the week. Iheanacho scored his maiden hat-trick for Leicester. So big up Brandon Lee. And then Brandon Lee also saying Lamela is his bug of the week. Richard Green is saying YWNWA. We all know what that means. You will never walk alone. The Liverpool fans are rolling out. Reggie Lafond is saying big up Ballchat. Ball of the week is 42-year-old striker Kevin Ellison of Newport from English League 2, who scored the final goal against Morecambe, his former team, where he was locked out from play for years and got the literal laugh as he mocked his former manager after the goal. And Danny Cutler saying, what's up, friends? Much love from the small world soccer family. He's loving the banter today. Daddy, I think I owe you some fried plantain too, you know.
Yeah, you definitely send the care package over, Junior. All right, let's get to the London Derby and Arsenal. Arsenal, come on, why are you trying to belittle the penalty call?
We don't want it tied. Somebody want it though.
Okay, you know, but it is a penalty.
Yes. Chelsea are my club, but Jose are my coach.
Yeah, but I mean, after all that been said, that Jose is your coach. Jose Mourinho made all the talk. Junior recounted all that in his bug of the week.
But hold a second.
Is he still your coach?
But hold a second. But was he wrong though? He was not wrong. Arsenal are below him, even though Arsenal win.
Yes, he's wrong.
Arsenal still not 10. So all the excitement where all Ronaldo are going with on Facebook, them still not 10. But here what happened? We like the rivalry. We don't only like boring football, we like the rivalry, we like the excitement. And guess what? This is Joseph from Wapikil Phillip. He has not changed. So why are we always astounded when he says these things? It's just for entertainment purposes. Yes, he got his butt whooped, but it is what it is.
But
it was good. He was talking up the event. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, nothing wrong with that. It's fair to talk up the event, but when a man get them butt whoop, don't come to the sideline and talk about how Michael Oliver may have been exhausted from his European duties. This is why he gave the penalty to Arsenal. What kind of foolishness is that?
Hey, him does have about £40,000 in his pocket when he want to give it, because they're not going to fine him. So him does, I don't know. Josie is just Josie. It's like you love him or you hate him.
Yeah. Now, as it pertains to Gareth Bale, you said you forgot he was on the pitch. I thought that Gareth Bale seems to be turning the corner at Spurs. I mean, he was doing well in the recent games. Today he was missing. I mean, it looked like he had a golf event or something to attend. Your thoughts on and Jose should probably return him back to the bench.
No, why? Talk about Kane too. Kane was missing.
Well,
and
it's Kane side. Come on, it's Kane side.
But no. Listen, Bale in the 4 games before this, Gareth Bale was good, right? Today, I don't know what happened. Maybe them tired. Maybe I don't know what happened to them today. But I think that Gareth Bale is supposed to be in the squad. And even though this one game when he was supposed to turn up and he didn't turn up, then, but he was not the worst player on the pitch. He definitely wasn't the worst player on the pitch. I think Gareth Bale should be in Jose's squad going forward, starting, not on the bench foolishness.
Yeah, so Junior, your thoughts on this? You're awfully quiet over there. Come on, is defending her Spurs, the team that she said cannot put on pot on fire, Arch defending Jose, whichever one. Your thoughts, Junior?
I find it funny that Cavod is giving Jose the pass. Tottenham,
why?
Who scored first?
Tottenham.
You never ever hear a Jose Mourinho team giving up a 1-goal lead and worse, losing. And worse to Arsenal that can't seem to score with Aubameyang getting kicked out of the game because of unknown whatever team rules reasons. It just smelled like the bulletin board material worked. It just feel that way. It just felt like Jose should have shut the hell up, go out there, make your team play like they are 7 points ahead of Arsenal instead of pulling Arsenal up. I don't think Tottenham was pulled. I think Arsenal's energy was pulled up. I think Arteta just said, look, the man them don't rate you. Simple. They don't rate you. I think it's an energy thing. And I was watching the game, right? And Son injury made a difference, yes. But I said this before. And I'm going to stand by this comment. Anytime Arteta puts a plan together for a team, it works. Is when the team make the adjustment, Arteta is having problems adjusting to the adjustment. Jose does not make adjustments. So if Arteta has a plan that is working against Jose at the opening whistle, they have a chance of winning. It is just that simple. And not having Son made a huge difference. Not having Son's speed going on the wing made a huge difference, right? Partey now and company could look more comfortable. It is what it is. But I think Arsenal got a little bit more juice in them tank just because of what was said. I really do think so.
Yeah. And quickly,
but the same thing could be said for Tottenham too. Like, my boss out there talk up the game, Arsenal below it, let us keep momentum going. It could be said for the same thing. Tottenham just did not show up today.
Yeah, but come on. We could say the same thing.
But it's true. From the whistle, from the kickoff, Tottenham under pressure.
Yes.
I thought Arsenal should have been 5-0. That's just what I'm saying. Before Lamela scored the goal.
But I want to get your thoughts quickly on Martin Odegaard. He's on loan from Real Madrid. Is he making a difference in this Arsenal outfit? And the decision of Aubameyang of Arteta to rest to bench the star baller.
He scored 2 goals since him come. I'm playing better than Lacazette. Because Lacazette, why you done with the ball, Lacazette? Why you jump over the ball? Put the foot through the anyways. And Arsenal on my side. I'm not cussing. But he has been playing. He has been helping the team. The movements on and off the ball was very good for a young man. I think Arsenal should just go ahead and make the loan permanent. Bring him in because he's actually doing something more than what William do. You know,
that doesn't take much. Come on.
Yes, more than what William do, more than what Lacazette is doing. So I think he would be a good addition to Arsenal. He would just, bring in what Arsenal needs. And then with Abba, yes, I don't think it's the first time because the coach don't normally bench you if you're late for a meeting one time. I think I saw somewhere on Twitter where he was posing on his car and somebody said, I just saw the captain driving by in his Lamborghini or something like that. So maybe Arteta started to say, oh, what's up, post on your car when you couldn't come to meeting early. Meeting is at 10. Normally, if footballers must tell you, the meeting is 10, you're not supposed to get there at 10. You're supposed to get there at least 30 minutes before. The man late, Arteta wants to put on his foot, he wants to be the coach, he needs to set an example for the other players. And of course, but it worked out for Arteta this time because if he had lost the game, would people be so forgiving or saying, yes, this is a very good decision that you made on your part?
Okay. All right, let's quickly look at the EPL table. This is without the Manchester United victory. Manchester United defeated West Ham. So Manchester United have closed the gap on Leicester City. So they moved up to 58 points. Well, now they've jumped over Leicester City into second after Leicester City and Iheanacho secured the victory against Sheffield United earlier on. Arsenal, Tottenham, middle of the table team, both sides. Quickly, what is going on with Everton Football Club? Because they're really struggling to win football games.
Nothing is going on with Everton Football Club. Everton is just Everton. Why do we think Everton should be better? Because they had one run early, they got found out. I mean, it is what it is. When football, big up to Ty Gill, because Ty always said this. The one thing about the big coaches, that when Premier League get boring, that is when the teams separate themselves. Right after the Christmas break, I'm going into early spring, and that's what we're seeing right now with Everton. They got found out. No, they had the injuries. I think Calvert-Lewin was out for a period of time, trying to work him back in. But even if he wasn't injured, after their first 11, well, remember we had question marks about Everton defense at the start of the season. Those question marks weren't fixed. And now the players are how many months in, going through the winter season, is tiredness, and they just need a deeper side. That's all.
Yeah, I did not expect them to lose to Burnley. Yesterday they lost to Burnley as they were trying to secure that Europa League spot or stay in that Europa League spot. Come on, your team Chelsea gets ready for Atletico Madrid. We'll preview that in a little bit. Your thoughts on the draw with Leeds?
I fell asleep. I wake up back and I go back to sleep and I see him foolish. What a game boring and fool. I just don't understand. We're supposed to beat Leeds. Leeds is in a slump. We're supposed to beat these teams. But as I said, 10 games unbeaten. So I'm not going to complain. We dropped 2 points. We could have lost. Worst case scenario. So I'm going to beat my team too bad.
Yeah. And speaking of news in the EPL, Sheffield United part ways with coach, our former manager, Chris Wilder. Did you guys support Chris Wilder? Been a ball boy, a captain. He's led this team up. Your thoughts on this decision? Should they have waited to the end of the season? Because we know Sheffield United is already relegated. They got 5 today from Leicester City. Should they have waited to the end of the season?
No.
Okay.
No. And Sheffield went the route of Bournemouth. They remind me so much of Bournemouth. They're from last season. They're how Bournemouth just disintegrated in front of our eyes, right? Eddie Howe is almost like his voice got stale. Remember when Sheffield beat up Manchester United. Everybody will laugh after the last year. And it's because their midfield, they played a 3-5-2 system. They had a set of midfielders that were bustling, hustling. Nobody wanted to play against Sheffield, right? And fast forward a couple months into a new year, it's like almost everybody feel like them a baller now. And what happened? You're going down in the cellar. So is it fair? Probably not. But what is it that needed firing? Of course. Of course. Because you need a new voice. And right now, you need to start saying who's our next coach. Because we're going into the championship where you know is a crapshoot. So you don't want to start your off season 2 steps behind the other championship teams. Because you might go there and fight relegation down there too. Because you know the team will be pillaged.
Yeah.
So you're going to make that change. You make it now. Get your new coaching. Get the coaching staff in. Start figuring out what the team is going to look like. Change, because it's hard to change a premiership team to a championship team. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
Because now you know you're going to lose your best players. But when you drop the quality, you don't want to drop the quality to a League 2 quality side. So bring in a coach and get going.
So there seems
so
to be...
Sheffield have EPL quality baller.
Last season they did.
So and according to Simon Stone of the BBC, that's one of the dispute or the reason for the parting of ways. Chris Wilder felt that he needed more talent, more investment in the club. Prince Abdullah, one of the owners of the club who was in charge of the transfer and making decision, said that he felt like the transfer of Ryan Brewster and McBurn was enough, and Chris Wilder didn't do enough with those 2 players. I mean, is that enough talent to stay in the EPL alongside? I mean, come on.
Identity change. That's the problem. They change your identity.
Yeah. All right, let's continue touching some major news in the middle of the week. News that occurred, Harry Maguire missed a sitter in the Europa League. And of course, we'll get ready to preview and prediction segment in a second as AC Milan will play Manchester United coming up. Junior, how did your captain miss this?
In other news, today Harry Maguire had his best game ever in a Manchester United shirt today against West Ham. That's his greatest game I've ever seen Harry Maguire play in his life.
Come on, how your assessment of this tie? They'll play AC Milan on Friday in the Europa League. Does AC Milan defeat this Manchester United outfit?
Well, I don't know, it's sticky. It really sticky. You don't know which Manchester United they're going to get. You really don't know. And AC Milan, they're just so inconsistent. But I might get AC Milan the edge.
You're going to give AC Milan the edge. All right, let's get to our preview and prediction segment coming up this week as we get ready to set up Champions League games before we go to Yard Ballers and hit some other news. As the Manchester United fan is reluctant to speak on the miss by Harry Maguire. Champions League game, the big game coming up this week. Chelsea versus Atletico Madrid. Chelsea's already 1-0 ahead in the tie. Atalanta versus Real Madrid. Atalanta is trailing Real Madrid in that tie. Can Atletico Madrid turn this thing around? And your prediction? Atletico Madrid coming off a draw against Getafe. I mean, 1 week they win, next week they draw. I don't know what Atletico Madrid will show up this week.
Versus Chelsea?
Yeah.
Am I saying listen, if you don't know what we're going to get to with Chelsea. If Chelsea play Atletico Madrid like how them play Leeds, then Atletico Madrid is going to. If Chelsea play them hard, then we might have a chance. But I just think Atletico Madrid will pull it out.
And Chelsea's leading 1-0. Junior, and come on, Mönchengladbach plays City. I think it's a foregone conclusion. But I want to get your thoughts on Mönchengladbach. They've lost all their games in the Bundesliga since it was announced that Marco Rose is going to be going to Dortmund. They're sitting 10th in the Bundesliga currently outside of Europa League spot. Should they go ahead and sack Marco Rose and bring in somebody now?
Junior, go ahead. Because you're all for fine coaches.
No, because I mean, clearly his mind is somewhere else. The team seems to have lost every sort of direction since this decision came down that he was gonna leave at the end of the season.
Yeah, but why?
Yeah, but regardless of why,
Benton.
Yeah.
No, Benton. We're putting too much blame on where blame should not be. They are professional footballers who have contracts to play football in a league. This man who is not your father, is not a grandfather, is not a stepfather, is leaving to go to another team. It has nothing to do with you performing. The same tactic, the same skill set, the same everything. So I don't buy because he's leaving to another team, them get distracted. Do your job.
In our Borussia Dortmund sitting 12 points right above the relegation zone in 10th. They have lost all their games. Let's look at the data again. They lost all their games since this was announced. And we don't think nothing have to do with that?
No.
Of course it have everything to do with it. Come on. It has everything to do with it, but it's not a coach. All right. They're on summer vacation already. They know their position is not threatened in the league. They know they're not getting relegated, right? If they get relegated, then we have a different conversation. But they're not getting relegated. They're not going to win the Champions League. They're not going to finish in a Champions League spot or a Europa spot. So we just hit the reset button. The man them say, oh, early vacation, COVID still in the air. Then we just go and kick back and relax and enjoy some football. That's all they do it.
But that's bad though. And you as an owner, who are paying these players their salaries, I mean that should not be acceptable. That's really not. I mean, that's not acceptable to me as a fan either, because you are not giving 100%. You are getting paid to give me 100%. As a fan, that's really not acceptable to me.
No, but come on, as the players might have the same thing to say that about the ownership and the direction of the team. It is unacceptable for you to tell we mid-season my coach are gonna leave next year, and you want me to go run? I'm mash up.
Yeah, but the coach wasn't fired. Listen, I can see where I am attached to a coach, and them must take up themselves and fire the coach for no reason or something, whatever. I can see where players will be angry, but if the coach get a better job, what have to do with you and your job performance?
Announce it at the end of the season. Announce it when we have nothing else to play for. This to me is I understand it. I agree with you, but we have to look at it from the other perspective. If I am a player and my coach I get up and he's even going in the same division. It's not like him going to coach in Italy, England. He's changing jobs in Germany. You don't have to announce this 3-4 months in advance. It's not like him have to get a visa. It's not like him have to get COVID tested or vaccine or none. There's no rules out there that say you have to make this decision this early. Even if the decision was made, make the players know behind the scene. So it look away, and I can understand where a player will say, yo, the season done. Winner and the coach. What a coach. If me don't keep the ball like go, why coach I tell me say, yo, your position is threat for next year? By who?
So guess what? Some of those players might not have a contract at the end of this season. Maybe they have an optional piece to it. The new coach come in, him probably watch the players. So if me see my striker out there where him not run back, him not go forward, him not play good, him not give 100%, and him have an option that I can pick up, me not pick it up.
So the important thing that I want to get, the team is really struggling. Do you sit as an owner or club president and said, hopefully Marco Rose right the ship, because they're going to miss out on European football at this rate, and that European football is big money for Mönchengladbach? Do you just let it ride and hope that he fix it? Or do you go ahead and just said, you know what, let's just get somebody else in?
The damage has already been done. Why you going? So you're going to bring in another coach now, and that coach is going to come in knowing that I'm only going to be here for 2 months or a month. If you remove Marco right now, and you promote the assistant coach, what's the difference? Like the damage is already done. You cannot fix this. This is something that you just have to bank on the coach being professional. You just have to bank on the players being professional and just say, yo, we just go through a bad patch and they will fix it. But if the ownership or management come in and try to force the hands, then you might risk losing the players for good.
Okay, Mönchengladbach plays Manchester City in the Champions League. Of course, they're gonna be eliminated. Quickly, your prediction on Real Madrid versus Atalanta. Does Real Madrid see out this game, move on to the next round?
I don't know which Real Madrid going to show up. I'm sorry. I mean, the goal from Mendy last week was, yes, it was spectacular, but the game was a drop, right? And I don't know. I don't know which team will show up, but if I am forced, yes, they will see it through.
They will see. Come on, your thoughts. Will Real Madrid defeat Atalanta in this matchup?
Yes, they will.
They will. All right, let's get to Yard Ballers highlighting Jamaican players' performance overseas. Come on, any update on this contract between the Reggae Boys and the JFF? Sportsmax, Rudolph Speed in an article on Sportsmax saying that the parties are closer together in terms of negotiating or agreeing to some sort of deal.
Yeah, I heard that the boys went back to the table with a $4,000 offer. Is it $4,000? So it hasn't been finalized. Nothing has come out. So I think they're still waiting on that. But the good part is that Babsy gave the go-ahead for a camp ahead of the friendly because, Jamaica have to get them players to make some money. So Babsy allowed them to have a training camp, and they're going to have a training camp with local footballers. So,
what's with the heavy breathing when you say local footballers?
No. I mean, it's going to integrate it. But my problem already with the local footballers, they have not been playing any competitive football. So I kind of worry for one. I saw a picture of one the other day, and he was a little bit chunky. So I don't know how that's going to work out. But the good news is Babsy gave the approval, even though the COVID numbers are still high. There's nothing yet about the Premier League. It is still up in the air. So that's another thing. I don't think they're going to give approval for Premier League. It's too late. It's late now. How much games we're gonna play? 15? It just not gonna work out. So also the Reggae Girls, they have a camp. They're in Basque, and that's in Europe. So they're going to participate in a tournament that includes the Basque government, the Basque team, Uruguay, and Nigeria. And the tournament will only last 5 days from April 7th to 11th. And so the coach, Busby, is saying that the team will be in the European country from March 31st to April 12th. So, I mean, that's good. This is what I'm excited about. So the tournament starts April 7th, but he's going to be there from March 31st. You see, this is what we like to see. We don't like to when the girls then meet 1 and 2 days before the tournament starts. So
let's applaud the JFF. Let's applaud the JFF then for doing that.
Or maybe at the European country.
Well, let's applaud the JFF.
So Shamar Nicholson scored at the desk to speak to for his team speak to for a 1-1 draw. Was a very good header. Alison Swaby and AS Roma beat Juventus 2-1 in the first leg of the Coppa Italia semi-final. She has played 50 games so far for Roma. So that's really an accomplishment for her, and we're happy to see a Reggae girl really excelling, on the big stage. Also, Kadeem Dakers has signed with Memphis 901 in USL. Nothing else going on. Junior Fleming scored in preseason. Preseason is going on. Nothing on the front to report about our reggae boy. So hopefully, we can get some information once preseason gets, in full gear.
So two questions for you. Come on. Trudy Carter, is she still with this Roma team?
I don't think Trudy Carter is still with Roma. Okay. I mean, once she got injured the last time, I've not seen anything about her. I have to go look.
Okay.
But I don't think Trudy is with them.
Yeah.
I know she recovered from her injury, but I don't know.
Yeah, big up to Allison. And then as it relates to the Jamaican Premier League, Chris Williams said that it was March 23rd or something of the sort is D-Day or decision day. Is that still the day that the decision is supposed to be made?
Who is he going? Who? Okay.
Yeah, who is? Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah, is that?
Yeah, no, he's saying that. No, he is saying that this is.
He has a meeting with COVID.
He is saying that's a deadline. That's his personal deadline, right? So he is hoping that Babsy and Tufton and the crew talk to him and address him, by that day. But as we say, if you look at it, we have all the competitions coming up in the summer. We're actually at the end of March. Remember, players have not been training, have not been playing. So even if you get the start date for when? April, May, and then how many games would you play? You would have to cram maybe 2 games per week every week. Maybe all 3 games, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, or Monday, Wednesday, Sunday, to really get some quality games in for the Premier League. I just don't see it happening. And what I was thinking, I'm hoping that they have all these sponsors, all the money that they would have pumped into the Premier League this season. What they should really do is give the club some money, make them pay the players even a portion of their salaries.
Hey, come on, I'm Benton.
Yeah.
So for the last couple of weeks, I have been coming up with some great ideas. I think we need to have a segment or part of the show with a light bulb right here. So from all of my great ideas somewhere up here, because I have a beautiful idea right now. But before I give you the idea real quick, big up to David Nicholson or Dan Foster. Dan Foster saying Atalanta was robbed. Atalanta is a serious team. David Nicholson is saying local ball of them not ready. Match fitness is not the same as regular fitness. JFF is incompetent and corrupt. I'm tired of this current federation. And also Prime Minister saying Jose is yesterday's man. A spent force. Ratnam get what they deserve. But,
Ratnam.
Yeah, Ratnam going to stick. But listen, my great idea right now. The MLS has given the Jamaica Premier League the perfect blueprint to launch the real Jamaican Premier League next year. Come on, you just highlighted there's not enough time, right? Which is true. There's not enough time. Give the teams a serious pre-season leading up to the Premier League by having a tournament for all the Premier League teams. They play a tournament style. If that not zone, if you can probably do zones and a 4-team zone, top team qualify, go in a semi-finals or however, right? Have that in a central location. Limited fans if you want, but the key is set up a streaming bed right there in that stadium. Don't go any other stadium. You can isolate, you can create a bubble if you want. Isolate the teams them in one central location, and they play games in that central location. Stream it to the whole world. Jamaican Premier League starting in the next 3 months, 4 months, whatever it is. But here is our Jamaican kickoff league, our kickoff tournament. JPL kickoff tournament. All the sponsors will be on board. It's all in one location. We can cover the health risk. You can feed them. You can give the youth them some money. They all train together. They get ready in this tournament. And when the Jamaican Premier League start, the players will be in their top shape or as close to as top as a form and shape as it could be. It is the easiest win in the world. And you can make money right now. To me, it's just a slam dunk. Have a tournament with all the teams come together. Give them 3 weeks to get ready. And that tournament can go over to the World Cup. The World Cup have 36 teams or 32 teams in the World Cup. And the tournament lasts for 4 weeks. 4 weeks. So you can give all of these teams 2 weeks to prepare and have a 3-week tournament leading into the Jamaican Premier League. You cannot lose.
So this is something akin to the MLS's back tournament that they had here last year.
Yes.
Yeah. Come on, do you agree with that?
Yes, I mean, yeah, because then the players will have to play and the players will have to get paid. And who to tell? From that, you can have scouting opportunities. So, I mean, it's a win-win for everybody. Listen, for me, I am not worried about the organization. I am more worried about the players. I keep talking about it. They're not getting paid. They're not getting a care package. They're just not getting paid. So if Babsy don't open back the football in the sport in a jump, then what's going to happen? So you're right, Junior. That's a very good idea, and I hope they do something like that. It's just crazy for me. It's just crazy. You know, they just have to figure out something out to help the players.
And Mr. Prime Minister, regardless of people's political affiliation, if you were to pull the strings and allow these games to play at prime time, people will stay inside and watch the games. I'm just saying.
Well, just have security there, backside.
No, but the streaming.
Yeah, I mean, free. Regarding, as it relates to football family, we're discussing Yard Ballers, Jamaican football news. Regarding this friendly with the U.S., any tentative date for a squad for this friendly? The match is the 25th. Anyone?
They've been sending out invitations to players, so players will know. So the JFF just probably looking at the local players before they actually name a squad. But they have sent out invitations to players overseas.
Okay. And as it relates to these local players, they're supposed to run right now because aren't there teams that, I remember Waterhouse or a few other teams said they have virtual training going on where players are running.
Benton, stop it! Benton, stop it! If an athlete will tell you that training fit is completely different from playing fit.
Hey, listen.
Virtual training is complete. I don't think we have the players who are really committed. How many times we in a Zoom meeting and them attack and we do something completely different? I don't think that works out. And I think if teams, I think Montego Bay was doing it. They were doing it where the players came for training. They wore their masks. They were distanced. I mean, I think some teams. Well, Babsy said no training, so I'm not gonna say because I don't want Babsy to call me name. But the players are not fit. As mistake them, I saw somebody and he was chunky, and when he was playing last year, he was a toothpick. So being inside, really close to him fridge and close to him stove, he's going to be in a spot when it's time for him to go back to play.
Yeah, we have to see what happened with this March 23rd D-Day. And, of course, we'll cover the Reggae Boys World Cup qualifier coming on the pipe. Before we step away from Reggae Boy, step away for the evening, quickly, what's going on with TNT and this issue around players not showing up? Coach Terry Fenwick said that players are opting to go to work rather than showing up for practice. Did I hear that right? What is going on with TNT and this fiasco around this team? They get ready for World Cup qualifiers on March 25th, right?
Yeah, but I understand that, and I have talked to players in Jamaica where it is a balance, a continuous balance. you don't make enough money. Yes, football is their dream, but you're not making enough money playing football, so you have to supplement it. So it's the same thing with when I was reading the article, Trinidad players, they have to go to work because if they're getting money from Trinidad, it is not enough to run his household. So what if we do? They want the opportunity to go work up, but at the same time they have to pay their bills. So we expect them to do.
This is
I just think that they need to adjust it. So they give the players who are good footballers who want to help Trinidad go to the World Cup. You have to make adjustments if this is what they need to do to feed their family.
Yeah, Trinidad gets ready to play Puerto Rico, Guyana in the first round of CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers. But I thought the normalization committee, which is in charge of football in Trinidad, got funds to take care of those expenses and pay those players so they can prepare appropriately for the World Cup qualifiers coming down in a few weeks.
Nothing to do with anything like that.
Yeah.
You just collect 7 love from a team that you are going to have to play if you want to make it in the World Cup. The game before that, you collect 6. 13 love in the last 2 games. And you want me to go training? You're mad like shot. But good. Gotta work.
Oh my goodness. So let's...
Yeah, but this is Puerto Rico and this is Guyana. I mean, this is an opportunity for you to go out there and represent your country, get the bonus from playing them little dibby. Never a dibby team. Everybody are coming with them players from overseas. But to get this opportunity to play big man football, because this is what it is. World Cup qualification is big man football. I don't see somebody intentionally turning down that opportunity. It's not the US in these qualification games. So I don't see a player who's going to say, I don't want to be embarrassed again, so I'm not going to play. I just don't see it.
Yeah. I mean...
Let me leave you guys with these two. Let me read through these comments real quick. That on Flow Sport, Don Frost was saying, facts, MLS is well organized. The MLS is back. Was a great competition. So, David Nicholson, let me tell you something. I read all comments, I'm going to read it out loud. Well, listen to this. The locals brought COVID to the national camp against Saudi. We have better players in Europe, etc., currently consistently playing, such as Martin Davis. But instead, Tapper loves to call and flop Ricardo Morris. I mean, just look at Waterhouse, our best local team. They lost 3-1 to some little side from Haiti. It's clear they aren't ready to be called to play the USA. What I meant that I'll come on for a comment. I'm just going to remind everybody that right after that game against the United States, Ballchat will be on live. And we call and tell everybody we're going to discuss that game. Jamaica Audley. Win, lose, or draw. We're going to discuss the game fully. And we're going to dissect that game immediately after the friendly on March 25th. So look out for it right here. So what have to say about that comment?
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't necessarily think they lost to a little Haiti team. I think they lost to that team, RHA. I mean, Haiti is doing quite well in football. We Jamaican fans have to kind of, I think we need to reset our expectations when it comes to playing against Haiti and Haitian clubs, because they are probably, some would say, even further along in this process than we are. And they went to that CONCACAF tournament, and I think they lost to a team from Honduras. So Waterhouse wasn't playing football. The team from Haiti was playing football. Ariche is the name of the club. And they didn't play bad. So, come on, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, you have to mix me. First of all, the goalkeeper did fat. As the first thing, let us call a spade a spade. We talk about it the whole time. The only live wire, the only good enough player was the guy that came on. I don't remember his name. He came on as a sub and he scored the goal. We looked out of shape. I remember I said it before. training fitness is completely different from game day fitness. You want some of them couldn't get too little dibby other Premier League side and do some scrimmage and get into the game, the game fit mode. I just thought that we were unfit and the Asian team kind of run with ragged. Not necessarily better than us because the touches were poor. They were fast, but our goalkeeper was on the chunky side and he couldn't move as well, too. So there's so many things that I could say about that game. But the Asian team wasn't necessarily better than Waterhouse.
Yeah, my only disappointment in that game was that the game was played in Jamaica because Waterhouse hosted the game because they had the higher seed in the tournament and they got eliminated by this team at home. So they lost the game 3-1. I mean, and Mr. Chambers, those are the views that come on, goalkeeper for Waterhouse. You have got to talk to come on,
But hey, I say it with love, sir.
So real quick. Early, I know it's early. Well, we have a week and a half away from the game, but early. So we can get everybody in the mindset prepared. For you guys, come on and Benton. If Jamaica field a local team against this U.S. juggernaut that is growing, what are your expectations for the local team versus if they were to get the Mikel Antonios and all of these UB40s? What would be your accepted where you can come out feeling good about that game? Let me go to mine first. If we get less than 4 from America with a local side, I am going to feel good.
I mean, I for a group of players that have not been playing much, I expect about 6 love. Or maybe even 7.
Local?
Yes, local-based players. It's something akin to what Trinidad would get against Jamaica. And if I'm wrong, yeah, come forward the 25th or 28th when we do Ballchat again. I'll gladly apologize. But this game is not, for me, as big. Even if we get 20, I don't care about this game as much. It's the World Cup.
Benton, stop it.
It's the World Cup qualifier game that I care about. So this is a time to get the players back on the field, get them playing again. I don't care about the score. I care about the game against US in the World Cup qualifier.
You know what I mean, but I don't care about the score.
Come on, remember he lost an hour sleep this morning, so.
But there was some of that embarrassment. Stop it.
No, but you guys expect.
But it's not. But they're calling players because Damian, Romario, Alvas, Fleming, those persons are getting called up to play this team. So it's a mixture. It's really going to be a mixture. You remember, say USL, they've started training, started preseason, so they're not really rusty. So Tapa going to have a mixture.
And let me reiterate, I don't care about the score of this game.
But come on. So what is your acceptable result?
4-1.
All right. So David Nicholson said, none of the players from their league can make the national side. When you look at the players, their players as well, not that many are good. My point is that we have better players playing abroad in Europe and that are ready to play for Jamaica currently. It's clear there is bias in the squad picking. It affects our FIFA ranking, the score. So come on, say 4-1. I am accepting a 4-0. Benton, so like him ready for take all 20, so...
Yeah, I don't care about. Yes, it does affect our FIFA ranking, and that's ultimately that's a price we have to pay. But we have bigger fish to fry. A World Cup qualifiers, me I say.
So look out, March 25th. This same platform will be on immediately after the Jamaica versus the United States game.
All right, football family, let's wrap it up for today. We had Justin McMaster join us, MLS. Headed player for the Minnesota United, joined us earlier on in the show. Big up to Justin. Thank you for joining us, family. We'll connect and support Justin as he rides through with the Minnesota United. Football family, thank you for joining us. If you want to connect with us, we're on Instagram at Ballchat1 on podcast. We're on Twitter at Ballchat1. We're on Facebook at Ballchat. You can email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. I am still waiting for Tapa and the JFF to name the squad that I play US. Who is going to play? That's why I want to hear.
Send forth the sacrificial lamb.
Come on. You know who is going to play the game? Come on.
I just call some name. Tapa's people will always call. He will call them and he'll mix it with local players, the ones who are being. Just look who gonna camp. Just look who in the camp and look who Tapa always call. And then you see, then you can plug it and then you can see who might play. But as I say, USL preseason starting, so he'll have players who are not rusty that he can pick from.
Yeah.
See, there's so more to come then.
All right, Junior, run through them. Any comments that we have on Flow Sports before we go my way on?
I'm going to put by the spots there. Oh, Richard Weir saying, weekend, you know the full squad. By weekend, you know the full squad. Richard Weir is also saying, 2 Love, Jamaica.
Yeah, Jamaica win 2 Love.
Richard, make sure you forward back, you know. Make sure you forward back. David Nichols said, I think we will beat the USA. That is what I think.
Stuff all right. The money of brave.
All right. So, Richard Weir, David Nicholson, make sure to forward March 25th. And if you guys are right, yo, forward.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope I am wrong.
I'm wrong too. Later.
Benton, you will be wrong with 20. I mean, nobody now. Before that, Tapa park the bus. I mean, like, just make one line at 10 in front of Andre. Nobody pass. You shall not pass. 20.
They shall not pass.
All right, later,
All right, look at more family.